Ah, dear me. What a palaver. That's a nice old thing, is it? It's a 1990s model. Legend. Why? Well, guess. Yes, it's failed. Guess what with? Give you a clue. Potholes. Not the rear wheel this time, the front wheel bearings. I said, oh, is it definitely the bearings and not sticky pistons? Yeah, it's the bearings. I said, well, I've had the bike 6 years and they haven't been changed, so I think it probably is, but he looked on his system. He said, they're not on the system. I'll have to take the front wheel off to look at what size they are, because there'll be a code on. So there'll be a labour charge for that. I said, oh. So I'll probably have them in stock and then we can do them. I said, oh well, good. Got the wheel off, and they're such an unusual size, he hasn't got them in stock, so I was having to get the genuine Honda ones, which £20 each. It's not too bad for bearings. And he said the seals look a bit dodgy. I said, well, they will, it's an old bike. He said, but seals are on back order. I said, well, the seals an MOT failure. He said, no. I said, well, just get the bearings if they're crucial to passing the MOT requirements then. So he's ordering the bearings. He said, if you haven't heard from us on Thursday next week, give us a ring. And it's Thursday today. He said, well, because of the weekend, well, I'll be ordering them. I said, yeah, but Thursday. I said I was going to go for a few days out on my bike. He said he wouldn't recommend it. If anything happens, imagine being in the middle of the countryside somewhere with no signal. I said, oh, go on then, I understand. So I think the bike will be staying in the backyard, and if I'm going to the seaside, it'll be via the train. What a pain. But imagine the bearings being an unusual size. Why? I know it's a Fireblade engine. I said, you think it'd be more parts in common with the Fireblade, but of course if it's just the engine, why should it have any other parts in common? But imagine Honda using weird bearings for this model. Anyway, so it's failed the MOT. But if they can sort it next week, it's sorted, isn't it? Although, even if I'm back at work, I said, because I work shifts, I could bring it down straight from work at 2:30, or the other way, before 2, and leave it and get a taxi to work. But I said, no, they should be here, but give us a ring if they haven't come. Sorry. Give us a ring if we haven't phoned you. I think I'll ring them a bit earlier and see if they've come on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's trouble with an old bike, but like I said I might show this receipt saying failure brakes. Fucking hell, what am I talking about? Sorry, I'm thinking about traffic. Failure wheel bearings, and show it to the council and see if I have a valid claim. We're bouncing down bloody potholes. We hit rush hour, yes we have, 5:15. And I'll turn around and go the other way. The gap now, come on out Albert. This black car. After this white car. I stopped in the middle there once and nearly got bloody squished by a giant truck. It was, I think it was taking the piss. Sure, you can stop in the middle here. There's a bus coming there and a truck coming this way, and I'm sure he speeded up. So I just braked and didn't pull out and stayed there, and he sort of missed my front wheel by about 6 inches despite me being in that little island area. Like I said before, all truck drivers are nuts. So yeah, front bearings running rough, it said. So like I keep saying, clanging down bloody potholes, you can imagine them not surviving, and if they are the originals from 16 years ago. I can't see the previous owner changing them, because when I bought it, it had done 8,500 miles. See, I'll slow down and signal this chap. You weren't paying attention, were you? It's a woman. I flashed my lights about 5 times then. I don't know. See, there, nothing. On my videos, the amount of times I've gone bloody hell fire and felt a jolt up my back with going down bloody potholes. That's why the bearings fail. And I said to that lad, I said, well, lots of cars have put valid claims in and got compensation for damage to the vehicles, and yet have you ever heard of any bikes doing the same? No. Well, I haven't anyway. Why not? I mean, cars absorb bumps better, don't they? Bike suspension's crap compared to cars. We don't absorb bumps like many cars do. We just get a big jolt up our back, clang. So it's a good job I didn't leave it until the last minute, because my MOT doesn't expire till 8th of August. So if it is done next week, that'll be fine, won't it? It'll give me time to mess around with them brakes again. I actually told the lad I'm having trouble with the piston sticking, and I said, are you sure it's not a sticky piston? When it said rough, I thought if he's spinning the wheel when the brakes are binding slightly, it is going to feel rough, isn't it? Look at this. Only rush hour on a Thursday. He said about sourcing them quicker on eBay, and I thought, well, how come eBay is going to be quicker than him ordering it at the bike shop? Do they only order stuff on a Friday, and then it takes 3 days to come? If it's in stock somewhere else, I think I'll have a look on eBay. I could always buy some and keep them as spares, although I don't know how often will bearings need changing if these have lasted 16 years. But if the roads are getting bad, maybe we should all keep some bearings spare, especially if they're rare ones. I'll do a search and see if it actually says they are suitable for my bike. Because look what happened with them exhaust gaskets. I got some cheap ones off eBay, and it said for the Hornet 900, and when I had them downpipes fitted, we had to use our own. They didn't fit. Them you've got, them you provided, didn't fit. I said, oh. But they're only £4 something for 4 of them. Yeah, I tell you, £20 each for the bearings. Genuine Honda, that's not bad. They won't have Honda on them, of course. I mean, them we were looking at was called Koyo, and I've seen others called Yoko. It's said, no, these are the genuine, instead of messing around trying to find the correct ones, or the genuine Honda, just for sake of practicality and quickness, they'll be here and we'll know they're the right ones then. So how much are they? £20 each? I said, oh well, not £120, £20. Look at the time though, I realised something was up after my bike went in about 3:10. And like I said, don't go off this clock, because this clock on, well, in fact I've altered the clock back half an hour, so it should be more or less right now on the camera. But yeah, it went in on time, 3:10. And after 40 minutes I thought, hello, something up. And then he came out. Have you got a minute? Front bearings, it's failed. I said, front bearings, not back ones. He said, no, front ones. I said, oh well, I think they're the original ones. They've never been changed since I've had it in the 6 years. So, like I said, just one of them things. I don't know, potholes, Troom roads, you expect them to be damaged. I'm surprised they're not bloody square. So next week I could go to the seaside on the train if I do have a day out, but my last little trip was a bit of a waste of time. I did my normal trudging round until my feet hurt again. I don't want any more of that. It seems my feet have just recovered from my pain I've had from work. I could do what I used to do and paddle on the, get off at Blackpool North Station, go down to the North Pier, take my shoes and socks off and paddle down to the South Pier, 2 miles. In the salt water, see if it eases my aching feet, then have a pint, then have a burger, then my usual look round the shops, and then back home. Or stay in the backyard with a few beers. That's what he said. I said, oh, I'm off work next week, and if this heat wave is here to stay again after the dodgy weather this week, I said, I'm hoping to have a few days out on my bike. I said, I wouldn't recommend it. I said, oh, just in case it. I said, they could, worst case scenario, they could collapse. I thought, oh, bloody hell, is he just saying that to cover themselves in case anything happens? But if he's said that, I tend to think he might be correct. It might be something that might happen, or even seize up. I keep thinking about a bloke, he was on a group ride out in the Lake District, a middle-aged chap, and he suddenly cartwheeled over the handlebars, and it said he inspected the bike and couldn't find a thing wrong with it. So, you know, he wouldn't just cartwheel over the handlebars, and he died. So what if his bearings were getting hot and then they seized up, or maybe his brake pistons were a bit dodgy. There was a video online, I've never seen it before. It said middle-aged biker dies after pulling a wheelie. It said 50-year-old chap. Viewer discretion advised. Well, it didn't show anything, it just showed them leaving a bike meet, or leaving somewhere, and there was a few cones, and a copper in high vis were waving him through these cones. They were revving his engine like hell behind 3 or 4 mates, and he just pulled a little wheelie, and he landed near a cone and then veered to the left and then veered to the right and then fell off under the wheels of a van, although it didn't show that. Dead. And all the comments, of course, were saying, well, he should know better if he's middle-aged, doing a wheelie, showing off to his mates at that age. It wasn't a proper wheelie, it was just a power thing, you know, when you blip your throttle and the front wheel came up about a foot, could tell. Ooh, cannabis again, is that loud smoking? Everyone's on it, aren't they? So, is the heat wave back? Is it here to stay? Meant to be crap weather tomorrow, but weekend it's meant to be lovely. So much for my holiday. When he said he couldn't get these unusual bearings, I said I'll ring round a couple of places. So I rung Dixon's. Oh, they're on the phone, you want to ring back in 10 minutes? And then I rung Jennings, because she used to have a Hornet 900, that lady that did my exhaust. He said, ring back in 5 minutes, I'll have a look. And then when I phoned back, no, they're very unusual, they're not on the system. I said, no, that's what this, I said, I've just failed the MOT at Yule's, and they said the same. And that's when the chap at Yule's said I could always get genuine Honda. I said, yeah, but are they expensive? £20 each. I said, oh, that's not so bad. And he said you could always try Thorncraft, and I said, oh, they're on my blacklist. So I told him why, that fiasco with the brakes, and then he called the police. Although it was only a PCSO officer that came. Can you delete the video? They're not happy about being filmed, it's a security breach. And the Rocket Centre had some bikes stolen, so they don't want to have you filming the premises. I said, well, it's nonsense, but I said I'll delete it because I'm not bothered. I'll delete all my bloody videos if a lot of people started objecting. Look at this lot, what a country. And they're going to leave a gap for this chap. Go on, Albert. See, they can't even patch tarmac up neatly, can they? And level. All them Juddies, think of all them Juddies over 38,000 miles. And that's why I need new bearings. Where's all this traffic coming from? My town? Somebody said to use my town as a shortcut to get to the A59 because it's quicker than going through Clayton. Because Clayton is even worse than this at this time. See, look at this road surface, all them Juddies. Juddy, Juddy, Juddy equals square bearings. Anyway, who wants to be cooped up in a helmet on a sunny day? It's going to be red hot next week. I could always go for some countryside rambles instead of bike rides. if I don't go to the seaside. I tell the mate at work I'd like to visit Chester, following my rib Chester thing. I like a look at Chester, I've not been for years. And he were laughing when I was telling him about them old grannies. I said, yeah, I was the youngest one on the coach. A load of old grannies, and it was red hot. I was roasting with my tongue hanging out. So, of course, the coach had skylights, them square vents. So I stood up, opened one, sat down, nice and refreshing, cool breeze blasting through. And suddenly it was slammed shut, and there was a grumpy looking out fella. What's his car stopped for? Grumpy looking old chap. Do you mind, it's drafty back there. On these old lady's legs. It's a drafty, it's 90 odd degrees. It's like an oven. And he just stole him back to his seat. I thought, you silly old sod. Drafty. Well, I like to go to Chester, but I'm not sure if there's any coach trips anymore. Despite one of the top ones, Robinson's coaches, being based in my hometown. They used to do loads of excursions. In fact, I think that's who I went with last time, many years ago. But they're good, although there's no toilets on most coaches don't have them anyway, so if you have a few pints. My last trip to Chester was a bit of a pub crawl, because like London, a lot of the pubs are oldie worldy with ancient woodwork with graffiti carved in. But no, I think I'll just I'll play it by ear, see if these bearings arrive. See when the shop can actually fit them. You're going hell of it. He's getting a pizza as it's tea time. Anyway, that's my MOT experience. Failed, but mending it is in the offing. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.